Lock in the winner snow. But how will both of these teams fill the rest of the composition? Who will go 2-2-2? Who will go the 1-3-1 or 1-3-2? Yes, 1-3-2. We have seen different kinds of variations. We've seen 2-2-2, one Vanguard, what is it? 2 duelists, 3 strategists, and one Vanguard. There's just so much variety you can work with here.
There's so much variety, honestly. Yep, as we move back into Wakanda here and try to bring the heat. Gen.G opting for likely a 2-2-2 split with Snake hopping onto the Ultron, taking high into the skies, and Brownie on the Psylocke. You know, that's one I have eyes on, certainly, to be able to maybe get those duelist picks off the back line with some invisibility.
When we actually start off on the waterfall map this time around for this round number 1, we've seen what can happen in this map. There's a lot of map interactions here. You can destroy parts of the map to get into certain areas, even block off that main stairs area you can see in the center of your screen. But look at Crazy Raccoon's approach. It looks like they're trying to use the jump pad to get to the high ground. And we'll see how Gen.G react.
This fun now, you know, trying to make some space here on towards Rebirth. That's the strategist out of the way. Crazy Raccoons might be losing just a little bit of steam as Brownie tries to take the back point onto Revives. Rip out of the way as well.
Oh
Brownie
my gosh.
able to secure themselves a nice 2-kill, looking for a third with the help of Zoom. Will claim Heian as well. 8% in climbing goes Gen.G.
Yeah, off the rip, Gen.G are able to capitalize on that early pick coming out of Fun, and that's just that domino effect kicking in on Crazy Raccoon. As soon as that one support falls, everyone falls, and now Crazy Raccoon need to pick up the pieces.
They do indeed, right? It's going to start off with Rip, just taking all this space. Interesting, a JT3 on the Hulk, maybe to try and get some backline disruptions, but Brownie's doing their best to hold the thoughts of Hulk at that backline. Finally, Hulk making their presence known in the front, just storming their way onto this, but the strategists from the side of Gen.G are from the backside.
Oh yeah, the Flyers are actually hid away, and this positioning might prove to be helpful as Crazy Raccoon are only able to find one and Gen.G are able to find everyone.
You see that last minute play as well, right? Like, this is classic hero shooter mentality where you basically leave that Bruce Banner alive. You let them just run around and had to basically jump off the map to be able to reset and not stagger against the rest of the team. This is high level play from both these teams coming through.
I know we hyped this matchup a lot, but for now it's looking like a blowout in this round number 1 in favor of Gen.G. Look at the timer. They only have about 20 seconds, Crazy Raccoon. They need to find a way to get in. Horn of Proteus is available for rebuy. When will he use it, or does he save it for the second round? Crazy Raccoon, they need a way in. They need to find a chance. They need to go now. Here we go. The Fate of Both Worlds is going to be popped by Dotori as he tries to keep his team alive. So is Sunghoon on the side of Crazy Raccoon as well. There is just so much action happening as the overtime meter does kick in. Who will go down first? Will Gen.G shut out Crazy Raccoon in round number 1, or will Crazy Raccoon find a way, find a comeback potential? That might be step 1 right there, as 2 go down on Gen.G, as Heian trying to do his best, trying to do what he can with the Supernova, trying to do the damage, trying to bring the heat, and they will be able to secure the point.
Honestly, I gotta hand it to the strategist, right? To be able to keep Crazy Raccoons alive this whole time while 2 Flyers up top were breathing damage down from the heavens. It was unbelievable, to be honest. And, you know, the Hulk, an interesting pick to say the least. We're able to be brawling on that ground floor, but can't really do much with both Snake and Kaidia coming in the Magneto M, coming out with those, as well as the dance of the butterflies to be able to do quick work on Heian, and suddenly Gen.G claimed the site for their own.
Yeah, they had so many impactful ultimates. Look at Crazy Raccoon. They didn't have anything to work with, but for now, Crazy Raccoon trying to do their best to get extra control. Brownie gets a huge pick. Stays alive at 44 HP. That duel might be enough, but the teleport coming in from Hyan isn't going to be enough. It's going to be enough as Crazy Raccoon retain control and they try to stagger more.
Honestly, that was terrifying, right? Like, using the chaos of everything, Brownie stepped onto the point. It was fortunate that Crazy Raccoon remained, you know, objective-oriented and were able to deny Gen.G that 100%. And now, climbing at 42 and moving up is going to give themselves a bit of a running edge. They want to shut out Gen.G from all corners of the map.
Yeah, I really thought Gen.G, they had a chance to close it out there. They had so many good ultimates, but look at this, Gen.G. They're finding a way to backdoor, but Crazy Raccoon are able to catch it in time, catch their bluff. JT3 will be the one to be the forefront of Crazy Raccoon. But I really thought Gen.G were able to close it out with so many impactful ultimates being available to them, but Crazy Raccoon just pull out a very well-played defense. But Gen.G, they're going to go for it again. They're going to try to go for the offensive. Here's some ultimates. Brownie is able to get a huge pick on one of the strategists, and Brownie still untouched, still undetected, but the Eye of Agamotto going to provide so much value for Crazy Raccoon. It's going to take out Kaidia. We'll see if this is going to be enough. It's getting closer. Crazy Raccoon might reach the 99% mark, but Gen.G, they're clawing their way back with two quick picks. A Snake in the back line trying to do his best. The invisible domain is going to get kicked in. Snake still trying to do his best to keep his team alive, doing the damage, but the overtime meter pops up once again. Both teams at 99. Who will fall first? Who is the first dominant to fall? But the Meteor is going to get denied. Dottori with the double kill. Gen.G, they're going to get the advantage. 3 members still alive on Crazy Raccoon, but it's none of them are tanky enough to stay on the point. And it looks like Gen.G just barely get the first point.
Oh, that was insane, Dan. Yes, we are watching Marvel Rivals, but these players are playing chess with the backstabs and the movement positions to be able to draw attention away from certain objectives. It's honestly on the head of Brown. I see them really trying to pull away attention, but GT3, being the Hulk in question, is able to recognize the weaknesses of their movements, of their map positioning, able to deny a Brownie from capping that point. Basically almost a C9 from that perspective, but won't have anything of the sort here, as now Gen.G has the upper hand.
I would like to deeply apologize to Crazy Raccoon. I really thought it was gonna be a commanding round 1 victory for Gen.G, but Crazy Raccoon, they proved me wrong. They weren't able to claw their way back. Now we can see why this is the match of the night as we do move into the second round. And this is going to be more of a vertical oriented map for this round number 2. But both teams need to get to that open space first. And it looks like both teams, they go for a different approach. They don't really use the jump pad to get the immediate high ground. They're going to go meet head first, locking hordes with each other right from the get-go in the lower level. And now the site will open up soon.
Yeah, site will open up soon as well. The Dance of the Butterflies doing quick work in the back line, shutting down Rebirth and Seung-hoon. It's gonna be the strategist out of the way, hungry for more. Still finds Rebind. Hey, and it's the near team white against Crazy Raccoons. Gen.G, solid performance coming off the rip.
Yeah, great play coming in from Brownie with the Dance of the Butterfly. Finds an opening where there's no way to counter it. And it gives Gen.G that early lead. And now the question is, Crazy Raccoon, they've done this before. They were able to claw the way back, and they just have to do it again.
Yeah, you know, so much high ground as well. Kaidia has the plasma cannons, could use it in a precarious situation that could catch people off guard, but no, Beauty Bean maybe trying to get shut down by the Hulk. Nonetheless, taken from the skies. It's gonna be Snake to try and keep him alive.
Yeah, he still stays alive. The pulse cannon not gonna hit the target that he wanted. But for now, Gen.G are still holding. They're still keeping that control. Hyan is actually gonna get the pick onto Kaidia. as so many circles, so many ultimates being popped right now. But the Fate of Both Worlds is going to be expiring very, very soon. Invisible Domain will take its place for just a bit longer, but a huge meteor will shut down the domain. Fun with a huge valuable ultimate, and now it's gonna get stacked on top of the Dance of the Butterfly. So much damage for Gen.G, and Crazy Raccoon cannot get a grip of that point.
Oh my word, just the brawl of the ages and the perfect alt counters left and right. So JT3 opting to change back to maybe a bit more shield heavy to protect their backlines. You know, it's rebirths being taken out way too quickly, and once you lose those strategists, your sustain is not enough to be had. And as well as Brownie, if you can't protect against Brownie, who's just sneaking around every single corner, it's impossible to get this point.
Oh, but the advantage is heavily in Gen.G's favor. Rage of Ultron is available on Snega. It looks like he is going to pop it immediately. Zune providing so much space for the team, and it does seem inevitable. It may be a shutout in this round 2, and it's going to be game 1 in favor of Gen.G. The ultimate advantage will provide so much utility, so much damage, and Gen.G 2-0 in rounds will take game 1 of this best of 3.
That is incredible, right? On Warrior Falls, that first point was a bit of a tussle. You know, we saw some fire coming up from Crazy Raccoons and some very, very smart plays from their perspective, but that second one was a bit of a stomp. You know, Gen.G just were able to time the ultimates. Brownie just stacking ultimate percentages like it's their job, like their day job, effectively, to be able to pull out dances of the butterflies time and time again with 14 final hits to their name. An absolute
to go for it just yet. We'll see what they're cooking up. There's no way Brownie's playing Mr. Fantastic. Okay. Oh,
wait,
okay.
Wait. No,
we're not. I don't think we should jump into conclusions just yet. We'll see what they decide to do once the gates open.
Here's what I think, Brownie. Brownie. I almost called you Brownie. Here's what I think, Dan. I think Brownie is likely good. You know, with Psylocke out of the way, it's likely Brownie's gonna have another high impact player. Perhaps like the Star-Lord, right? Mantis was kind of reserved by Gen.G, so they may want to run the galactic kind of team up that they have. Let's kind of look at it. Well, Brownie taken to the skies as the Human Torch. Okay.
And Kaidia going to be that third strategist, opting to go for the Adam Warlock, as it looks like Crazy Raccoon did choose to start on the attacking side. They will push the Chariot first, as Rebai and Rebai and Ripasco going to combine their abilities, combine their forces together, as we see a portal with a turret firing into the back line of Gen.G. But fun again with an opening kill, opening elimination, as Rebai is able to get some sort of value. Will take away the cocoon from Kaidia, which is burned immediately. But for now, Gen.G, they're going to hold their ground. This Chariot not moving a whole lot as they round the first corner.
Yeah. We talk about environmental. I like the idea of putting an AC-130 in the sky, but that bridge was too much to bear and really could protect the rest of Gen.G. Now forcing back Brownie with a huge dive onto the backside. Tries and does successfully shut down Rebai, and Heian will follow suit sooner or later. Things even up by JT3 onto Kaidia, but Rip will fall as well. It's a bit of a brawl back and forth, but Gen.G are coming up victors in this brawl.
Oh my goodness, Brownie, they banned away his Psylocke, but he's got other characters that he can play. He's absolutely cooking with this Human Torch. Going to do so much work, and Crazy Raccoon, they are going to be stopped, but they do have more chances.
They do have more chances indeed, as Heian taking that Psylocke out of Gen.G's hand, being a nuisance for themselves, trying to take this off angle. It's going to be a lot of ultimates being used, as well as the Eternal Bunch just disrupt that back line, be a nuisance in the back here.
Yeah, both teams going to opt to use both of their strategist ultimates, but Heian is able to get a pick onto Kaidia before the Fate of Both Worlds, is able to keep that Adam Warlock alive. Is this going to be a sign for Crazy Raccoon to push in? Rebai going absolutely ham, gets a double with the Final Judgment, And that should be enough. Gen.G are way too staggered to contest this point, and it may seem likely that Crazy Raccoon will secure the point, but they do have a little bit more.
They might come in with a freedom charge. I'm looking at Zune. Yep, they're coming in strong at the moment. It's going to be followed up by Brownie, just making chaos. 2.4 meters held on the point at the moment, trying to deny it, but it's going to be rebuy, just shutting things down with this buff on the bullets here.
We'll see for now. Looks like Hydia is able to find a pick. They may be able to defend this push for a little bit longer. Everyone in Crazy Raccoon kiting away. They realize that they are down a man, so they will group up, wait for their missing member to rejoin the team, get back into the fray as soon as possible. Well played by Crazy Raccoon to get grouped up as soon as possible, as the ultimates once again are kicking in. The Eternal Bond is going to get shut down by FunFun's Meteor, as Brownie going absolutely crazy yet again. This is no surprise. Zune is able to get a piece of it for himself. He's going to get a double instead. And now things are looking really, really dire for Crazy Raccoon. 35 seconds left. They got one push left.
And Zune, right, the spearhead of that push to deny point one against Crazy Raccoons is going to be the backline nuisance here. We've also got Brownie with the Supernova coming in hard and able to get rebuy off the cuff.
Yeah, he still has Supernova. He hasn't popped it yet, but a great Eye of Agamotto will catch him. 4 go down, but the Karmic Revival is well timed. Fate of Both Worlds will keep everyone sustained. Gen.G, how did you bail yourselves out in that situation? Kaidia, the hero of Gen.G, the one that will keep this fire, this momentum going, as Brownie finally pops a Supernova. Combine it with the Freedom Charge, Kaidia got a little messy, but is able to finish the job, but the ultimate meter will elapse, and Gen.G, what a hold, what a defense. That was so close for Crazy Raccoon to get the first point, but somehow Gen.G will fight back.
Yeah, denying even that first point away from Crazy Raccoons was a well-timed freedom charge from Zune to be able to contest the cart at 2.5 meters, to say the least, and then an incredible Karmic Revival from Kadia to be able to bring out, and then you called it right, the Fate of Both Worlds. That's the problem with the Karmic Revival. They come out weak, they come out at half health, I believe, but then you bring out the defensive strategist ult, the Fate of Both Worlds, coming in so clutch to be able to hold everybody alive and just sweep Crazy Raccoons off their feet. Beautifully done.
Oh my goodness, Gen.G, they are on a golden road to 2-0ing Crazy Raccoon at the moment. They just have one more hurdle left. They just have to push the convoy, what essentially is just across the street, and that'll be enough to close out the series.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane, you know, to be able to just think about that. Not even first point claimed. 89 meters is all they need to be able to get an upper hand against Crazy Raccoons. The first demonstration of Gen.G year at day 2 has been incredible so far, but we'll see what Crazy Raccoons has in mind to store as Heian giving them a bit of a taste of their own medicine with the backline Psylocke.
I'm not sure if Zune actually saw Haiyan just waiting in the corner like that, but we'll see what the plan is here. But right now, Gen.G, they don't look like they really care about this Psylocke in the hiding somewhere. But they're just gonna try to do their best, push as soon as possible. FunFun stands his ground with the soul binding from the Adam Warlock, just keeps everyone alive. The damage distribution is just enough, and Brownie is able to just clean up house with Zune. And it might be over as soon as it starts. Brownie gets another snipe onto Haiyan.
Oh my gosh.
And now this is looking so damn good. Rip Osco trying to get the Strange Portal down. He should be able to get it down successfully, but look at Brownie. He's going to be able to secure the damage over time. Is able to box everyone of Crazy Raccoon in, but this is just merely a desperation play. 2 members already going down on Crazy Raccoon, but can Gen.G hold? It looks like they will. It looks all wrapped up, tied with a bow. Gen.G will almost soon enough. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And it is over as soon as it starts. Gen.G 2-0 Crazy Raccoon. And what a series. What a fight from Crazy Raccoon.
Holy, honestly, like we talked so much about like phase 2 and phase 3 of Yggdrasil Convoy and all that jazz, but ultimately Gen.G said, nah, Cassius had way too much to talk about right now. We're gonna cut it short at 89 meters before even that first point, denying Crazy Raccoon even a glimpse, and it was such an uphill battle to be able to just try to deny the simple push of the cart even to that first point. And Gen.G, very dominating round. You see the flexibility from Brownie as well as this triple sentinel kind of composition to keep everybody alive.